Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a really interesting topic for some people.
It's probably a very boring topic for a lot of people, but it's very, very important.
It's very important. We're talking about a critical aspect of home ownership, especially here in San Antonio. How to keep home's foundation in the best shape possible, because it's quite literally the bedrock of your home, literally.
It's very, very important. So there's the soil and the climate in San Antonio is so different from other parts of the United States, specifically, even Texas. So today we're going to go over things that every homeowner needs to know, how to protect their foundation. We're going to talk about the soil and, like I said, the conditions, the seasonal maintenance, and what you need to watch out for in your home foundation. And we're going to start talking about that
right now.
If this is your first time in our channel, welcome. Please remember to subscribe and tap the bell, and you'll be the first to receive notifications of upcoming videos and the changing market in and around San Antonio.
So we're Brian and Brenda Jones, the little proud owners of Lone Star Home Realty. We get calls from people just like you every day. So if you're moving in 3 days, 3 months, 9 months, doesn't matter. Give us a call. We'd be more than happy to help you any way we can. Set up a Zoom and make this as meaningful as possible.
All of our information is in the box below. Like he said, you can Zoom with us. We'd be happy to chat with you. You can call us or text us, send us an email. Whatever it is that makes it easy for you to connect, let's do it and help you make a smooth move.
Well, let's
talk about foundations. It's a very, very, very important topic in San Antonio.
Yeah, very important.
Okay, so before we actually get into the maintenance tips on how to take care of your foundation, like we said, you really need to understand the soil and the climate that we have in San Antonio, because that all plays a difference and a big role in your foundation.
San Antonio has many areas of the San Antonio area. There's expansive clay is the predominant soil type.
So that's very, very well known. It shrinks and it expands. Depends on how the moisture is and how dry it is. And all you can just imagine, the moving of the soil underneath your foundation is going to do what? It's going to impact your foundation.
So San Antonio, we experience extreme heat in the summer with occasional downpours and flash floods.
Very occasional, but they do happen.
They do happen. But those things make foundation maintenance a priority year round. If you're not paying attention to your soil around your home, you could be facing some really costly foundation repairs down the line. And we're talking major.
And not only the foundation repairs, but then the damage that was done inside your home.
Yes.
So it's very expensive repairs.
So let's talk about some of those issues, because if you may not know you have foundation issues, but if you have cracks in walls and ceilings, and they're diagonal, or they're if they're just cracks on
I would pay attention to any crack you have in a wall. I mean, you can tell if it's the sheetrock or the taping and floating has kind of popped or whatever. But if you have a crack, especially if it's quarter of an inch is humongous.
Yeah. A quarter inch is crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah. Okay, let's go even less than that. I'm thinking a quarter. How thick of a quarter?
Yeah.
Like a quarter is.
That's probably 1/16.
Yeah. A quarter of an inch, that would be like, oh Lord. So keep an eye on your walls and your ceilings, uneven floors. If you feel like you are in one of those, what are those things in the carnival where you're like,
the bouncy,
not the bouncy house. That'd be horrible. Mirrors or whatever.
Yeah.
Funhouse. If you notice that your floors are uneven, you need to pay attention and get some help for your house.
Guys, we've been realtors for quite a while, and when we walk into homes, we've trained our bodies have trained ourselves to where we walk across the floor, especially in a vacant house. We walk across a floor and we can tell.
You can feel it.
We can feel the change in the floor level, and that's a sure sign of a foundation issue when you get changes in floor levels.
And I carry a golf ball in my purse every time we go to a home. Why do you carry a golf ball, Brenda?
We don't golf.
No, I'm not a golfer. But I literally, if we, like he said, we're walking through a room, he'll be like, "Did you feel that?" I'm like, "Yep, I felt it." But you can literally put your golf ball down on the floor,
and it
will roll. Sometimes it'll roll straight to a corner. Sometimes it'll roll like this, and then roll back like that, and roll back like this. That's the changes in the floor. Huge sign that there's a problem.
So even realtors with high-tech equipment like golf balls can find these things.
Yeah.
But if you have doors sticking in your house suddenly or recently,
or the windows don't
open or close like they used to, or you got cracks around the windows, that's a telltale sign of foundation issues.
Yeah.
So
recognizing them early is the
absolutely
key. Figuring it out and watching them early. So like he said, one of the most obvious signs of a foundation problem is the cracking. So you need to just keep your eyes. I mean, I know on our house, we are literally on bedrock. Like there's not a lot of soil under our house.
There is no soil.
I'm constantly looking at the ceilings and the walls to see, where'd that crack come from? Or why is that there? So just pay attention, close attention to your home, and don't let it go by without noticing it.
And guys, these problems usually start small. They quickly escalate if you don't do anything about them. Keeping an eye on these early warning signs is the first step in protecting your foundation. You've got to do it.
Okay, so let's talk about just some seasonal tips on how to protect your foundation. So springs and summers are hot and dry in San Antonio.
Yep.
So what do we need to do during the hot and dry periods?
Watering the soil around your foundation, typically about 12 to 18 inches away from the foundation itself. Don't put the soaker hose right on top of the foundation because you could damage it.
Yeah.
Put it about 12 to 18 inches away from your foundation. A drip system, a drip irrigation system around your foundation.
You can literally go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy soaker hoses and connect them.
But the soaker hoses aren't the best.
Well, not the best, but they will do the job.
Yeah. If you have a irrigation system, sprinkler system, that works too.
Yeah.
But you got to keep your area around your foundation moist as much as possible year round.
But you don't want to overdo it either.
Yeah, don't overdo
it. If you drown your foundation, you're in as much problems as if it's dry.
So checking for cracks, ensuring proper drainage around your property is very important, because if you got water ponding next to your foundation, there's another prime opportunity for your foundation to have settling problems.
Yeah. And check your gutters. If the home has gutters, which it's the best thing to do is have gutters on your house.
Yes.
But you want to make sure that the downspouts are pointing away from the house. You don't want them just to drop at the bottom, because that's going to get that corner of the house way wetter than the rest of the house, which is going to cause that foundation to shift. So very important to see where your downspouts are going. Like he said, when we do have the downpour in the spring or the summertime, walk around your house and make sure that the water is flowing away from your foundation, because that's super, super important.
So in the fall and winter, you got rain sometimes, especially here in San Antonio. You want to make sure, again, go outside after a heavy rain and see if there's any water pooling around your foundation. Clean the gutters regularly, because if your gutters are clogged, they're worthless.
Yeah. And around here specifically, we have oak trees that during the summer, they start losing their leaves. Well, in the springtime is when they really start losing their leaves. But in the fall, you want to make sure that that's cleaned out. There's nothing in there, like he said, blocking the water from flowing from the gutter out, and make sure that, again, you don't have any ponding. It's kind of like a repeat of the spring and the summer. It's a constant thing you have to monitor, is where's the water around your foundation.
Guys, if water is collecting near your foundation, think about installing a French drain to improve the water flow. Yeah.
You just need to make sure that that is flowing away from the foundation and there's no water just pooling in there, or even draining in there. If you look in there's some houses on our street that literally sit this is the street and this is the house. Well, all of that water is going to come down towards your house. So you have to make sure you have a way for that water to go around your foundation so you don't have that problem.
Water is one of the biggest factors, guys, in foundation problems. So
could you tell?
Yeah. So proper water management around your home is essential.
And again, upgrading the soil, the slope, get somebody out there to look at it, and then add the French drains.
That's very important. Getting somebody else, a completely different set of eyes, to come to your house. Not even a friend of yours. Get your neighbor, somebody who hasn't been to your house in a while, to come around your house and check it out on the exterior. Buy them a beer. Have fun. Do something, but it's important to have another set of eyes to check out your foundation.
Because you get so, even the inside of your house, you get so used to seeing it. Complacency, perfect word. You get so used to your house that you don't even notice it. That's very common with people on even odors in your house. So when you don't notice it, have somebody else come in and take a look and say, hey, do you feel anything? Do you see anything that I'm not seeing? That's a very, very smart point, babe.
So did you know that trees and shrubs can have extreme issues with your foundation? We know this personally.
Not necessarily our foundation, but our plumbing, yes.
Well, yes.
Trees.
So
we have a ton of trees around our house.
Yes.
Old trees.
Old heritage live oak trees.
Yeah.
The roots of oak trees literally spread out in all directions.
Yeah.
And they will hook onto your plumbing in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
But
we're talking about your foundation, not your plumbing. So that's a whole other video.
Yeah.
But make sure any large trees that you're planting are at least 15, 20 feet away, because you don't want the roots to come in here and mess up the foundation. And also drought resistant plants. If you're planting a drought resistant plant around your foundation, that's going to help you, because you're not having to add more water to keep your plants alive, which is going to cause problem with your foundation, and it just snowballs from there. So.
And make sure your irrigation system isn't saturating the soil too close to the foundation. Overwatering causes the soil to swell and could lead to the same shifting of the foundation that you don't want.
Right. So when do you need to, we talked about calling in a neighbor, when do you really need to call a professional in to check it out?
Again, you got large spreading cracks, the doors or windows that can't close or hard to close, uneven or sloping floors. It's probably past time to call a professional. And I would start with an engineer, a foundation engineer or structural engineer. And they will come out and do a survey or report on your home.
They'll measure
it all
how
out.
high one end is to the other one, and there's a certain degree of certainty that you're okay.
And guys, the cost of this could be $250, $350. That's a small price to pay to have peace of mind.
Yeah. And if they tell you you're fine, okay, I can sleep at night.
Yep.
If they say you have a problem, then you deal with it. Then you call the foundation companies.
Yes.
A lot of them are going to come out and just sell you a job, and you really don't.
Don't just call a foundation company, because they will sell you foundation repair. That's what they're there for.
That's what their job is.
Yeah, but you get a structural engineer. They'll actually make a plan for the foundation repair company to come out and repair it.
So the professional comes out and he says, okay, you definitely need a repair to your foundation. What happens? What kind of repairs are there? What can we do to fix it?
Well, there's a few. It depends on what kind of foundation you have. We still have some pier and beam foundations in San Antonio. That's the easiest foundation issues to repair. If you got a slab, you may have to do some piers that they drive down in the ground, and then they connect your foundation to it. They may have to do some tunneling under your house. They may have to do some drilling into your foundation.
Depends on where it is in the foundation.
Try to avoid them drilling into your foundation at all.
Yeah.
Because every time they drill in your foundation, it compromises your foundation further.
It weakens it, definitely. So there's several different ways It depends on how bad and where it is. And I will tell you that I want to say all, but that's probably a bad word to use. Majority of the home foundation repairs are transferable.
Yes.
The warranties. So the warranty on it. So if you do have the foundation repair, just keep all of the documents, make sure that it is transferable, because that is a situation on your disclosure. When you go to sell that house, you have to disclose that you've had foundation issues and had it repaired. So that it can scare away some buyers, but there's certain neighborhoods around here that that house, if it has not had it done, it needs to have it done just because of the area that house is built in.
If you're planning on moving to the San Antonio area and you're going to buy a home, there's a few things that you need to know. Preventative measures that you can take to ensure your foundation stays in good shape. But make sure that you hire a professional home inspector that's licensed by the state, and they will come out and they will check out the foundation as well, and they will tell you if further study is needed. And if they do, then that's when you hire the structural engineer. If they say there's a foundation problem, that should be on the homeowner for them to hire the structural engineer to put that worry to the side, or to figure out what's going to be next. But after you buy the home, conduct regular inspections, invest in a proper drainage system, and ensure the trees are planted at a safe distance. You guys, on a new home,
homes are crazy.
New homes, and you got these small lots, and they're
sticking 2 or 3 trees in this little bitty yard.
Yeah, they're planting these sycamore trees in the front yard. Guys, sycamore trees get huge. And they're built. They're planting them like 10 feet from the foundation. Yeah, I would buy a new tree and swap it out, because that sycamore tree is going to get, even a red oak tree is going to get massive. Yeah, in just a few years. That's very important.
So again, as we said earlier, inspect your foundation. Walk around it every 6 months or so. Walk around your house. Look at your foundation. Look for any kind of cracks or any signs of damage or anything that shows it's shifting. I mean, if you're new to the area and you've never had a foundation before, I mean, you have the foundation and then they put a really pretty, decorative stuff on it.
The parge.
Parge. I never can think of that word. Parge. They put that on there to cover up the foundation. That will crack a lot.
And another area that's very common to find cracks is at the corners of the foundation. We call those corner pops. Yeah. And that has no bearing whatsoever on the structure of your foundation. It's fine.
But in any circumstance where you don't know and you're nervous, call somebody out there to take a look at it, then ignore it and think, oh, it's fine. So just make sure, like we said, the expansive clay that we're on, the rains that we get, the dry, the heat, that's all going to cause problems on your foundation. So it's something to be very, very aware of. Yep. And just like I said, that not only the cost of repairing the foundation is expensive, but the inside of the home, because now your house is shifted and you have cracks in the walls. Well, when they go back and resettle or re-level the foundation, the cracks and everything in the house, they're not going to just go back together and disappear. They can make it a whole lot worse. So it's a lot of resulting damage from the problem with foundation as well as the repair of the foundation. So a lot of things to avoid if at all possible.
Yes, absolutely. Hey guys, if you found this video helpful, comment below. Let us know what you think. If you ever thought about your foundation before, maybe you haven't, maybe you have, maybe you've had foundation issues. Comment below.
Let us know. Or if we missed a sign or we missed something that needs to be noted to everybody else, please let us know.
Absolutely. And comment below. Subscribe to the channel. We're a growing channel, so we could use your help there. Tap the bell and notify us, or get notified on the next video, because we're going to make a bunch more.
All right, guys. Hope you're having a great day. We'll see you on the next one.
Take care.